My name is Reyian Risa, and I was a part of, Ruby, did you call it 30 what? 34? 32. Yeah. 32 classmates. So I ran Renilo Chekut. Renilo Chekut is a ranch based in Kajiado East, in a place called Mashuru Sub-County. And at Renil, what we are basically doing is that we are in the business of making sure that the meat you eat can be traced across the supply chain from where it was breeded to where it was slaughtered. And we do this by partnering with the community, the Ma community, that's where the ranch is located. So how did I end up in Centonomy? So somewhere last year, we were able to raise funds through an angel investor. Gift really took us through how to raise capital. And in between last year, I just felt like the business was in chaos. I had no idea what I was doing. I just felt like, oh my God, how are you really running this? Because there was a lot of scaling up happening. There was a lot of things that were just happening, and I felt like I didn't have control over a lot of things. So I remembered, I think I'd attended a Centonomy event. I think it was one of those events that they used to do, and they given us a flyer on entrepreneurship. So I picked the flyer, and it was an old flyer because I'd attended the event in 2022. So the flyer was pretty old. Thankfully, Ruby had not changed her number or had not changed her email, and she was still there. And I reached out and said, hey, do you have entrepreneurship going on this year? That was last year, 2024. She said, no, we don't have it, but we'll have a class in Feb. So I was like, sign me up. I paid for the registration because I just felt like some things needed to happen. So I came here in class 1. Maxwell is telling us entrepreneur mindset. I was like, yes, I'm in the right place. This mindset really need to be changed. And remember, he used an example of self-employment versus entrepreneurship. And I was like, clearly I'm in the self-employment. I'm just employing others. So we quickly I realized that there was a mindset that needed to be changed. And there I started this. I felt like at some point, those classes were hard. It felt like someone is showing you a mirror to yourself and like, this is why it's not happening. So then we started classes, and then came Sheila first on fear. And just for context, I'm in the livestock industry. The livestock market is male dominated. If you go to the livestock market now, I think there's always one happening in the week. Out of the 100 men, I think you'll see only maybe 2 or 3 women. And then please note also, I am doing it smack in my Ma community where cows belong to the men. And I remember Sheila telling us, face your fears. What is the worst that can happen? So I was like, Roju, let me go for my first community meeting without my father, because I always used to drag my father or drag a male relative. So I go and I was driving. It was a 10-kilometer drive. I almost was crying in the car. I'm like, what did I just get myself into? How am I going to meet those old men? I was like, anyway, what is the worst that can happen? Nitakunywa chai ya bure and I'll have the full day to myself. So I went there, and the old man first told me, you didn't come with your father today? I was like, no. I didn't come with my father. In fact, going forward, I'll be the one doing these meetings. And the meeting went so well. I remember just going back and I'm like, I really just needed to address my fears. So then, as you know, the way they used to give us assignments, as we're getting the assignment, you're like, okay, let me work on my assignment. And then Guadaka comes in and asks, how do you make money in your business? And but then that class offended me. I was so offended. Yes, yeah. I was like, wait, sir, me have been here. I have been running this business. And he kept saying, do you pay yourself? And so at some point, I think there was a class he had aside for farmers because we couldn't get exactly what our inputs are. And he kept challenging me, Reyian, how much are you earning? How much are you paying yourself? And I was like, this amount. It's like, is that worth your lifestyle? And I remember thinking, my God, these classes were hard. These classes were hard. So I just remember going back and saying, okay, then here we are. This is what we are doing. And previously, I think I would say we were running an okay business. But could I tell you how many kgs of beef you needed to sell? How many kgs of chevron is mbuzi? Or how many kgs of mutton you needed to sell for us to make profit? I couldn't. But from this class, I can tell you, but then my accountant, I think, doesn't like Centonomy and doesn't like Joseph, because I'm like, how many did you sell? Why this? And at that time, also I think it was one of the classes where he was sharing about, they didn't have a receptionist, if I remember. And I remember time where I think because of, the excitement of funding, you start hiring everywhere. You have everyone in everyone. I remember thinking, we have a problem. We had a butcher who was spending more data than all the security cameras in the ranch combined. So, I mean, he clearly wasn't doing something. So I went back and the beauty is because I think of the legal background I had, we had to restructure the contract and said we build a cross-tasked team. So right now, out of that, I think there was something Waithaka was saying, if I remember. He was saying that, can your business survive 90 days without you? And that became my mission. This business has to survive 90 days without me. Nisipigiwe, kuna check, kuna nini, just 90 days, you're going to survive without me. And that just brought about a whole of our marketing changing, our digital marketing changing as well. I think one of the things that we had not identified quickly is we had not identified who our target market was. So from the marketing class, we were able to quickly go and get each and every persona. And now, previously they used to tell my salespeople, why am I buying your meats at 1,000 a kilo and my butchery is selling 600? We quickly, as we educated them, we now identify who our true target market is. So now we don't haggle about prices. They love to buy our meat at 1,000 a kilo, and what we haggle about is what is the delivery service like? What is this like? What does it look like? And then came the finance class. The finances class, from the accounting to how to raise capital. Those classes, I mean, I can't believe I was the one who was enjoying accounting classes and asking questions. And that quickly also made that we needed to speak to some of our clients. You are paying us after 21 days. After 21 days, imagine we just have to add an interest, because you can't hold our money. Remember the calculation we did where the many days they stay with your money, this is the number of running capital you'll want. So that meant that we, again, addressing our fears and saying, imagine, no, this is 21 days. If it's 21 days, after 21 days, we put a clause. After 21 days, then we start attracting interest, because that means that if it's an OD I had taken, it means that I'm also paying interest. So for me, this has been such a mind transformative class. In fact, I always keep saying that it was worth the money and some more. And now what we started implementing is that we just started also having structures and processes in place. But not only just structures and processes in place, people are documenting what exactly are you doing, and then train the other. So there's no day where our admin will fall sick and then orders won't be processed. Someone else will step in because it's documented. It's really just putting structures and running this business. And you find that once you change your mindset, for me, I changed my mindset because they were not really, I just felt like it wasn't in the right place. I just felt like some was running fear, some was running out of place. We now start making what is called data-driven decisions. Like now we're in the process where we're thinking, do we really need a delivery truck? Do we continue hiring? The nature of how the financing came is that they needed to release tranche 2 this year. Do we really need that money? Or do we just need a bit of it? What exactly does it look? What are we spending more money on? Maybe on feeds? Can we plant our feeds instead? So, I mean, we keep working on, and that is my encouragement to all of us today, my classmates, of course, all of us today. These classes were hard, and sometimes they followed each other back to back. So maybe how about we go back and take 1 class a month, take 2 classes a month, and because Waberu has been gracious, he's shared the recording for us, so we can, how about we just go and share? And then there are those people who had not started their businesses. Do I envy you? How about you're starting with this all knowledge? There's no way you won't make it. So yeah, thank you all. Thank you, Centonomy. Thank you for the team at Centonomy for always sending us updates, always sending us recordings. And yeah, thank you for holding us. And the facilitators, thank you so much for taking us through the class. And to my classmates, there are those people who they knew that we'll come here and we will ask questions. But thank you for asking. Thank you for sharing your experience. Through that, we were able to learn. So may the Lord bless you all. And I look forward to our businesses by the end of this year. I'm sure we will implement what we've learned. It will be different businesses.